You're listening to Spainfully Honest, the podcast where me, Paul,
and me, Catherine, talk about what it's really like living in Spain.
Each week we'll share stories, tips and honest conversations about daily life here in Spain. The good, the bad and everything in between.
Whether you live in Spain or you're thinking about moving or you just want to know a little bit more, you're in the right place.
So grab a coffee, get comfy and let's get Spainfully Honest!
Hello and welcome to Spainfully Honest episode 46. And this week we're continuing on with our city tour theme. And we're discovering Malaga city this week. So we're just going to try and give you some advice on getting the best out of this compact city, especially if you have a short amount of time here.
Yeah, I used to live in Malaga, well, just outside Malaga.
Oh.
Well, that was 30 years ago. Wow, 30 years ago. Yeah, the late 90s. And at the time, to be honest, the centre was it wasn't brilliant. I wasn't very impressed with it, to be honest. But then I went back and started working down there. So that was 2016.
Yeah.
And wow, the difference, the change. I mean, for all the different cities have been in different times, it's the biggest transformation I can think of. Yeah. Really has changed and for the better.
Yeah.
So yeah, really good.
Cool.
But inside it is similar to Cartagena, perhaps a little bit bigger. But it's small enough to easily do in a day, I think.
Yeah.
The centre of it.
Oh, cool.
And you don't really, unless you have like mobility problems, I don't think you really need to use public transport that much.
Oh,
You can walk it. Yeah.
Oh.
And it's close enough to the port and the main car park to be able to do that.
Yeah.
That'll good for you.
Cool. So in this episode, as Paul just said, we've done city tours before. The last one we did was Barcelona. And as Barcelona is kind of big and spread out as well, I always think that Barcelona doesn't really have like a centre in the way that Madrid has. Like everything kind of leads into the centre, whereas Barcelona is kind of like just different neighbourhoods, all kind of spread out.
And also the attractions are quite spread out, aren't they?
Yeah, so it's kind of a spread out city and big as well. And we thought it was important that if you listen to that episode, we recommended like certain bus tours and open top bus tours and the different bus routes. But as Paul just said, Malaga is more like Cartagena, so you can do it on foot. Unless you want to go see the outskirts, or you've got kids maybe, and they don't not like walking. Like Max is like walking anywhere. Yeah. Or as you said, limited mobility. Of course, you want to go jumping on a bus or something then. And this tour that we're going to be doing today can take anything from 3 to 6 hours, all depending on yourself, whether you stop off at a museum, how long you spend there, if you stop off for lunch. But we think you'll enjoy it and, most importantly, potentially save a fortune, because we're always being fully honest about everything.
Exactly. That's what we're trying to do. Really. I mean, you can obviously spend more if you want to, but this way you'll see a lot that won't cost you that much. I mean, saying that, if you have got limited mobility, there are the open top bus routes. And they are, if you get what's called the iconic ticket, which takes you to the main areas, 3 routes, the red, the blue and the green, you can go on each one with the ticket. And it's €30 a day. So there is that possibility if you want to use public transport. We're going to start ours, so this tour from Plaza de la Marina, which is just on the edge of the port, on the left side if you look at it from the sea. And the reason for doing that is it's a good starting point, it's near the centre, but also if you did arrive by car rather than by boat, it's a great starting point, a good car park.
Oh, cool.
That car park as well, similar to when we did Barcelona, it's about €30 for a full day.
Okay, that's not bad.
Especially if the car's full.
Yeah.
So if you're on a boat though, when you arrive, when you get off the boat, you effectively want to go to the land side of the marina.
A boat.
Ship, cruise ship. Yeah, boat. It's the same like
with their oars.
Yeah.
Right in Africa.
And if you're walking around, there's like quite a new open air shopping centre and bar area that's really nice. It's like the entertainment part of the port, and you walk through that to get around to the big car park. If you're walking around, the sort of point you're aiming to get to is a very, very large and famous in Malaga restaurant called Gutierrez Puerto. Does that sound right? Yeah.
Gutierrez Puerto.
Which is actually next to the parking, the marina. So that's where you're starting the tour from. If you're walking from the boat, it'll take you about 10 minutes. And if you're in the car park, it's right there. So from that point, when you stood next to the restaurant, there's a double dual carriageway effectively, and in the centre of that is a really large park. So if you've got a bit of time, you could go and look around the park. But if you haven't got any time, or you're spending less time there, if you cross over the first road, you're then in the central reservation effectively, which is really wide with the parking. Just before you cross over onto the next road, if you look to the right, the third bus stop along is a bus that takes you to the viewpoint of the city, which is really famous. And rather than going on a tour, if you get on bus 35, which runs every 15 minutes, it costs you €1.40 to take you to Castillo de Gibralfaro. And that is the viewpoint of the city.
Very nice.
So definitely worth a trip. It takes about 10 minutes each way, roughly. And when you get to the top, you can't go in the old castle. And it costs €7 to go in it, but it's a ruin of the castle. It's not, there's nothing in it other than ruins and some good viewpoints, but you can get the viewpoints from outside.
Oh, that's handy.
Yeah. So it's just, if you've got a little bit of time, altogether it'll probably take you about an hour, but that gives you really spectacular views of the city.
No.
You can see everything up there. You can also see into the bull ring from the outside without going in it. And it's, if you ever see pictures of Malaga City, that's where they're taken from.
Yeah.
So
We've already saved you a fortune.
yeah. So €2.80, and you've seen the whole of Malaga. Right. So if you do that, you get on the bus on that side of the park. When it comes back down, it effectively is in exactly the same spot on the other side of the road. So you get off there and then continue the tour.
So from there, now you cross into Calle Molina Lario. And about 100 meters, you'll see the cathedral on your right. And this one is €10 to go in and takes about 30 minutes to look around. What are you thinking? Worth it?
It's one of the main attractions, and if you haven't seen other cathedrals, it's probably worth looking at. I wouldn't say it's as impressive as some of the other cathedrals.
Yeah.
So if you like cathedrals, yeah.
Yeah.
If not, no.
If you're not mad on cathedrals, you're not missing too much.
No.
Okay. Excellent. If you are there in like proper heat of the summer, though, it's nice and cool usually in cathedrals, so it might be worth the tenner for a cool down. When you come out, you walk down Calle Strachan. Sounds very Scottish.
Yeah, it does. So it's with your back to the front door of the cathedral.
Okay.
Calle Strachan is on the left, going away from you.
Okay.
Yeah.
Which is opposite the south corner of the cathedral until you reach Calle Marqués de Larios, which is the main shopping street in Malaga. So turn right, so away from the sea, and walk up Marqués de Larios, past or into all the shops until you see Plaza de Constitución on your left. And that area is the best for shopping in Malaga, and there are some bars and restaurants, but they tend to be chains. So we suggest that you don't stop for coffee or tapas just yet, as there are lots more places shortly. So if you follow then Calle Granada up to Plaza Carbón, and Plaza del Siglo, then rejoin Calle Granada. And now this is a great place to stop for a break in one of the many small bars, cafes and restaurants. Some that we can recommend, and just let me know Paul's recommendations because I've never been to
Yeah, it's a great street. The street is effectively from that point on, Calle Granada is literally just bars and restaurants. But there are hundreds. So this is just ones I've been in.
You've been in.
I'm sure there are others. Oh,
Yeah.
right, I know there are others. But these are ones that I've been in.
Cool, right. Let's have a look at Paul's top tips then. So we've got, for restaurants, Bodega El Pimpi, interesting name. It's a traditional Spanish and really good, according to Paul. So don't give up to me if it's not nice.
Yeah.
I've never been.
I haven't been it, as you can see.
That's number 62 on Calle Granada. And then we've got Restaurante Esquina Granada. Is that on the corner?
That is on the corner.
There you
Yeah,
go.
which is at the far end, actually. Yeah.
Esquina means corner in Spanish, which again is traditional Spanish restaurant. So on the corner, and it's number 7.
Most of them have the numbers up. Some don't,
Really?
but obviously
Sure.
it's like a house. You know, if you see 9,
Yeah.
then the next one's 11, then next one's probably going to be 13.
Okay, but if you're looking for something lighter, there's a cañas and tapas, so cañas y tapas at number 51.
That one's great. That one is literally, as it says, the name on the tin. They just do tapas and they mainly do just beer. But the selection is fantastic of both.
Is it one of those places where they walk around the tapas and you can take them, or do you go and...
When it's really busy, I think they do that. When it's just normal, you go and look. But when it's packed, then yeah.
Which is the one that goes walking around tapas? I can never remember.
Lizardano.
Lizardano, yeah. I like that place. I like that place. Okay, so, but anyway, we're in Malaga and we're at Cañas and Tapas, and that's number 51 on that Calle Granada. For coffee and a cake or ice cream, there's a Lavazza, and that's at number 44.
Yeah.
So all these are great places, according to Paul. And they're on the way to Calle San Agustin, which is where the main Picasso Museum and exhibition is. So that would be well worth a look. But again, this is all subjective. I would love to have a look there.
That is classed as, supposedly, Malaga's biggest attraction.
I'd say so, yeah. I'd say so.
And so if you're going to do one, I think that is the one you would do.
Yeah. Let's see, how much is it to have a look at this one? So this is located and well worth the visit, yeah, Paul agrees. And it's about €13 for an adult. I mean, I think kids would love that as well, because my son's already done Picasso in school, you know, and they love it. Because especially like so interesting how he did the faces and stuff. It really catches the kids' attention.
It's a bit more interesting, isn't it? For every age,
I think. I think so. So I would, even though I was a kid, I would bring them in there. I imagine it's going to be cheaper for kids, maybe even free up to a certain age. They usually are, and but for an adult, it's €13. Allow about an hour, I guess, in there. And again, keep in mind, it's all, as Paul just said, it's one of the top attractions, so it's often very busy.
To find it, that is, it's just off Calle Granada. It's on the right-hand side, about 3/4 of the way along. Well, you won't know it's 3/4 of the way along if you're only walking along it. So it's about 300 metres on your right. When you come out of there, so you've had your hour in there. If you turn back and go back on Calle Granada again, after a short distance, about 100 metres, you then reach Plaza de Merced, which is a small open plaza. It's got a couple of restaurants on it, but in the far left corner, on the corner of the street, sort of facing is where Picasso was born. And it's been turned into a museum of his personal life rather than his work. It shows his bedroom, and so it's in a house really. That that's only €3, so that's definitely worth it.
That's well worth it.
Yeah. They say that it complements the main museum because they don't show so much of his his personal life because it's in that one.
Yes.
So, so you can have a look at it from the outside if you don't want to go in. If you don't go to that, when you come out of Calle Granada into the plaza, you effectively want to turn right and then right again and go down the street that's parallel to Calle Granada. So it feels like you're going back on yourself, but you've actually now turned to go back towards the port.
Oh, that's handy.
Yeah. If you walk back 100 metres on your left-hand side, and you won't always see it because it's massive, is the amphitheatre. Nice. And it's totally open to the public. So it's like facing the street, so you can see the whole thing. So that's obviously worth a look.
I like the way you just scooched over the name of that street.
Yeah, what is it?
I was sitting here waiting for you to pronounce it.
So that's right.
Just not pronouncing it.
Calle Alcazbia.
Yeah,
is that right?
Yeah.
Oh, yes.
Alcazbia.
Yeah. So you see the Roman Theatre. Then about another 50 metres past that is the Museum of Malaga, which on the reviews gets really high reviews. So that's worth a look. Now that one is, I think it's a little bit political. It's free. It's free to EU citizens, or it's €1.50. The non-EU citizens.
I work out why they would charge people who are not in the EU.
So obviously we have a lot of Americans listening, and Filipinos, and English, so that would be €1.50, which is not bad for the museum.
Well, you might like admin.
And that's about the history of sort of Malaga, really.
I mean, that's impressive, right? So you could go to the Picasso Museum and his home, and that's €16. Then you can go to the Roman Amphitheatre, which is free, and then go to the Museum of Malaga, which is basically free. So all of those different places that you can go and see for points, basically, Very nice, Malaga. I'm very impressed.
And so I think it obviously just depends how much time you've got. So that for the museum, for that museum, reckon about an hour.
Yeah.
I mean, in all these where we're sort of saying you're jogging round really.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're doing it as fast as you can. Obviously, if you've got a full day or you're going the next day or something, you can
Take
go
your time.
as well. Yeah. So that takes you there. When you come out of there, if you sort of walk round it, you'll now be able to see the park again where you cross the road.
Mhm.
If you walk towards the park, but then to the left and look up, you'll see the Castle Alcazaba, which is like a small version of the Alhambra Palace. It has got an inside and an outside, but then the main feature of it is the gardens. The gardens are lovely with fountains. And
Yeah.
nice if you want to get in the shade, because obviously it's tree lined. If you want to go inside it, and you have to pay to go in, even if you're only going in the gardens, you have to get, because it's a castle, you have to pay to effectively cross the drawbridge. That's €7.
Yeah, not bad. Not bad.
Let me describe it. It's more for the gardens for me.
Yeah.
The history inside it wasn't that page, compared to the other museums. If you're going for history and museum type things, the other ones are better.
Yeah.
But it was nice to have a look around, and also, like I say, it was cool.
Yeah.
So
It's usually why.
Yeah, I think Catherine's reason for going in. What's your temperature?
My kids are like looking at all the history, and I'm like, "Whoa, it'll be cool in here."
Yeah.
Very nice.
Again, about an hour, I suppose.
An hour. And what is it? €7?
€7.
No, again, that's
A
not
basic adults, like you say, but some do a reduction for seniors, and some do, like you said before, starting age for children.
Yeah.
So up to a certain age, they're free.
Yeah. It's usually 3 or something, isn't it?
Yeah.
Although sometimes it's because they want the kids coming in, it's like 12. They start charging just from 12. Well, yeah, and have a look and see.
Oh, you mean the age, not the
Yeah.
price.
Okay, so when you finish there and you come out of the Castle Alcazaba, you are very close to the port again. So you just need to cross the double road with the park in the middle that Paul spoke about at the beginning, and you can grab a coffee or a granny saddle. What's that thing? What's a granny saddle? What do they call that in the UK? Is it
slush puppies?
slush puppy?
Yeah.
Yeah. And what's it in the US? I was looking at Stranger Things and they call it like a big slurp or something. Like a
Is it?
slushy type thing. Slush puppy is obviously in Ireland as well anyway.
Shaved ice or something like that?
Shaved ice.
Yeah, it's similar to shaved ice, yeah.
Yeah, something like that. Yummy. Very cooling.
Yeah.
I like it
Give me a
when
day.
it's yeah. I used to get, I don't do so much these days because alcohol makes you fall asleep. But I used to get a little bit of vodka in my granny saddle.
Yeah.
Very nice.
We used to do them I remember having them, my first time I ever had one was in Italy. They used to do it with like creme de menthe, like really minty. What?
Love mint.
And when I went back to Italy, I couldn't find it. Because all the kids got paralytic.
Oh, that's yummy. Anyway, so coffee or a granny saddle, or you can even get an iced coffee, I imagine.
Yeah.
Traditional Spanish coffee where they just give you ice cubes and you dump your coffee over the ice cube.
Yeah.
In the park, and then go over the second road back to the seafront for shopping or for a snack. When you reach the sea, your ship should be to the left or your car should be to the right.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
If so you've got back, so you're back at the port now. If you are staying over, or you've got more time, there is a flamenco show because obviously this area, Malaga area, is quite famous for its flamenco. And there's a show at Alegria Flamenco in Calle Vélez, Malaga. It's right next to the port, has a nice restaurant, and it opens every day from 10 o'clock in the mornings. But that's more for classes rather than at shows. But you can go and watch, but it's not a show as such. The best shows that are aimed at obviously tourists start from 4 o'clock, and it's worth it looking obviously if you've got the time because it's not.
I love them so much. All of them.
So professional as well.
Yeah.
These are properly done.
Yeah.
You can book tickets in advance. So this is for the shows after 4 o'clock for around €28, but you can get it cheaper sometimes if you go and it's a quiet time.
Yeah.
They'll let you in for a bit less.
Oh.
So, but it's some that are not that professional. That one is a proper professional one.
Oh,
And it's literally it's right next to the port.
handy.
Yeah.
I love those places. And they do, if they do, I don't know if this place does, did you say, oh, you've got a nice restaurant? They'll sometimes do like a special one day as well, like a show and a meal. I would say no matter where you are in Spain, Granada is great for it as well. If you're in Granada, I was in one like in a cave.
Yeah. I'm very like house was but
That's great. And in Madrid, again, you do them in Madrid. I don't know why, because it's more like related to the south, but there are some in Madrid.
I went to one in Seville. Yeah.
Probably the best place, I imagine, Sevilla for. Okay, so now we're done. We're finished our whistle-top tour of Malaga. We hope that you enjoyed it. And if you have more time, you could take the open-top bus, of course, or just spend more time in the centre. And if you enjoyed the podcast, please follow us for more in the future. And please don't hesitate to contact us with your questions and experiences at hello@spainfullyhonest.com. Thank you very much. And if you want us to cover any more cities, just let us know.
Let us know.
Yeah, that's probably going to be our last one for a little while. Because we did Cartagena, which a lot of people wanted us to because of where we're located. And that was a really good one. We had an interview for that one as well. I'm not saying the other ones weren't, but it's just nice when you interview someone from the place. Paul gave us lots of little insider tips, the guest Paul. And then, of course, the Barcelona one, which is very popular, and Malaga, which is another very popular place as well. And so I think the Madrid one might be good as well. But I would wait now to do that. We'll probably do it maybe those ones in the autumn. If you're going to go to Madrid, you're not going to go in July or August.
No, that's right.
It's not a great time for it, So maybe in the autumn we could do one about Madrid. Maybe see if we can interview someone who lives there in Madrid as well. But if you have any more cities that you'd like us to do little city tours on, I mean, if we've been there, it's better. One of us, because then we have more information about it. But if not, we could find a guest to interview who lives there.
Yeah. So try and make it so it saves you some money.
Exactly. Yeah.
And
like Paul said, you can get on some of these tours, and some of them are great, in fairness, but some of them might not be, worth it for the size of the city, like we showed today. Like you can maybe do it on foot, and you end up spending less money, but you can get more from it because you're able to find all the great little different spots that Paul pointed out that you might be able to get if you're on a bus or something. Yeah. Cool.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Enjoy your holiday. Bye.
Bye.